Hey geeks! While I'm working for a long time already with multi-objective optimization, people keep asking me what is it actually and why do you use it? In this video today, I'm going to explain you with nice examples what it is and why you should definitely use it for your next optimization problem. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date. To get started with multi-objective optimization, let's start with a small and easy to understand example. When going to the supermarket, normally you have two objectives. On one side, you want to maximize the quality of the products you buy, and on the other side, you want to maximize your savings while doing the shopping. For Homer, this is equivalent, especially when buying beer. He has a lot of different alternatives. On one side, he can buy the beer that is no name, so it's rather cheap, he saves a lot of money, but the quality is not that high. On the other extreme side, he can buy the Munich Oktoberfest beer, so it is exported or imported, so it is expensive, but the quality is super high. Or he has a price quality trade-off winner, the Duff beer, which he normally buys, which lies somewhere in the middle between. Of course, there are many other beer alternatives that he could buy. But what we see in this picture, and this is like the fundament of multi-objective optimization, is that there are some alternative solutions which are optimal and others that don't. In this case, you can spot them. It's the three ones that I mentioned in the beginning. They are so-called Pareto optimal solution alternatives. What does Pareto optimality mean? In the end, you can see it really good at this picture. It means that all solutions where you need to get worse in one objective in order to get better in another one are Pareto optimal. All the yellow points you can still get better in quality or money savings without necessarily losing in the other objective. And this trade-off in the end shows you the potential of a given problem that you want to solve. Now let's go in a bit more technical example which has also alternatives to optimize. So if you want to design a renewable green car and you have two objectives, you want to minimize the investment costs for the car, and on the other side obviously you want to minimize the CO2 emissions that the car does. For the car itself, to design it, you can choose the size of the battery, you can choose the engine types it has and the combination of these engines if you want to build a hybrid car. You can also say which gear shift should be included, and you have many more alternatives that you can tune within designing this car. If we take now a look and we design a first car, let's say it has a specific battery size which is rather small, it has two engines, a diesel engine and another engine, and all the other parameters are set as well, then you realize when you do a simulation or when you calculate what is the price of the car based on the components and what is the CO2 emission based on the components and the use case, you can plot 1 point matching to this design solution alternative. And what is now done in multi-objective optimization, which makes it so powerful, we try now iteratively to find better solutions. So we adjust the parameters, the input parameters of the car, we re-simulate, and you see with each simulation we get one more point in this two-dimensional scatter plot. And we try to minimize both of these values. So our goal is to go in the left down corner. And like you can see here, we start a convergence and bam. Yeah? After doing some simulations, we have here the best Pareto optimal solutions. And you see exactly what you saw in the beer example as well. You don't have anymore one solution matching requirements, but with multi-objective optimization, you get a set of best solutions that enable you to choose based on the trade-off that you see here, the solution best matching your use case. And this is super powerful because what is done alternatively? What is done alternatively normally is you don't do multi-objective optimization, but on the other side, you do single objective optimization. And for this example, this means, I show it here on the right upper side, that instead of saying I have two objectives, I want to optimize them, find the Pareto optimal solutions, is that you do assumptions before you optimize. In this case, you say, oh, the costs are much more important for me than CO2. It's in this example like this. I hope it will change in future, but that you just make an assumption, and based on this assumption you optimize. And if we then took a look like how this optimization looks like single objective optimization, you can see that the points that are chosen are totally different. And you can see that there is not a set of solutions anymore where I say, wait until you know the trade-off to choose the solution, but rather in the end you get one solution returned which matches the assumption that you did in the beginning. And if you now compare the pictures from the left and the right with each other, you can really see the difference. If I don't know the Pareto optimal line, like you see it on the left side, and I do an assumption like I do on the right side, the possibility that I do a wrong assumption is really high. Because if you look at it, if we just would have said it's okay to invest a bit more, but the jump I can do saving CO2 to the next solution here is really high. But because of my assumption, I will never see the solution. And that's why I say multi-objective optimization is so powerful, because especially when you don't know the system, when you have complex system behavior and you have more than one target, which is normally the case, you need to know the trade-off to really make a best possible decision how to implement your solution. And that's why I can only ask all of you to use multi-objective optimization in this case, to not end with one point like in this example, but with a Pareto frontier where you choose the best trade-off for yourself. You now have a good understanding of multi-objective optimization and why you should use it solving your next problem. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have other ideas for videos, drop them in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date. Keep optimizing.